2, 1.5, 0.25, and here we are live. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for being with us tonight as we close out our Day of the Dead 2020 celebration, both in person at Cleveland Public Theater and then virtually. My name is Faye Hargate, and I have the awesome privilege to work on staff at Cleveland Public Theater, and I am also an altar artist this year. So I'm just so happy. So I'm actually sitting kind of inside my altar. I am in the Gordon Square box office lobby. As you can see, Detroit Showway is right there. And if I were to keep going, you see a white wall right now, maybe some red and other things. Right down the way is the church property that was open. So we are here together, gathered the artists that were able to make it, to say thank you and to share any reflections, memories, stories, or gratitude that we would like to share as we end our Day of the Dead, Día De Muertos presentation, which is a collaboration between Cleveland Public Theater, Teatro, Público de Cleveland, and Día De Muertos, Ohio, which is led by the most awesome Héctor Castellanos. So I'm going to actually go over to Héctor. And Héctor, if you could please take yourself off mute and let us know how you're doing, how you thought the event went, and if there's anything you'd like to share.
Yes, first of all, buenas noches. I would like to say thank you very much for all your participation and for accepting this special invitation to be part of Día de Muertos 2020. Very different circumstances. I think we made it. Michelle Castellanos, Faye Hargate, Jose Montero, Eduardo Rodriguez, Olga Rosado, Giorgio Sabino, and also Ray and Patty Esparza for great collaboration. Always there. And thank you for your support. And Robin Van Leer, Robin Robinson, Caitlin Lewis, who put together the beautiful invitation and tried to keep everybody, with the press releases aware. Eduardo, you did an amazing job with Fox 8, so that was fantastic. We really need more people to be part of this, making these advertisements. This is important. I have been doing it for many years, even with the funder, my friend Salvador Gonzalez. When we started, my first time I had to go with him, and being in front of the cameras, I know it's not easy. And then when he left, he said, well, I'm retiring. I don't know who's going to do it. If you don't do it, nobody else is going to do it. So I talked to my friends, Robin Van Leer and Mark Yanks and Nina Petroni and Ian Petroni and Nina Hurin, Alejandro Rivera, and many other friends. They decided to say, we can help, And since then, every year, it has been evolved into a new original event, but maintaining always the tradition. And I'm very grateful for that. For me, this event is very universal now. And we talk about Mexico all the time because the origins are really, really strong, and and we cannot forget that the real meaning of this event. But with that, we bring in people from different nationalities. They have been doing an incredible work and always come every year and support the event, and being there as volunteers. And there is such a beautiful event. We cannot do it without you. And for friends, they come every year. Raymond Bogan and Matt Son and Jenny Spencer, also from Detroit Shoreway. They always have been there and help us to bring the event to the public. This year has been very hard and difficult. And for the people that came today's Sunday, I know we didn't have the same weather, and it was very nasty, cold, and rain, and very windy. Everything came together at once. But the people were still coming, and they understood that we didn't want to say no completely, and we did something, and you guys should be proud, because this is the first time actually that people are making their altars at home and people can see them, thanks to the new platforms of communication the CPT is using. Other words, will be hard, we'll say no, like we're thinking in the beginning, at the end of summer, we're not going to have Day of the Dead this year. But I'm glad Raymond and his staff helped with this event this year. And of course, you have been part of this event, and then I'm very grateful for you, for your participation. And maybe you saw people coming to the church, and everybody was very concerned about the COVID-19. Everybody were wearing masks, keeping the distancing 8 feet, not 6. So that was beautiful. We don't have any complaints at all. And they respect the regulations to make this event so safety for everyone. Thank you. Back to you, Faith.
Thank you so much, Hector. So, wait. Oh, what am I doing here? Hey, so back to the feed. I'm on my phone right now for this. So I'll be kind of like scrolling through the different people that we have here with us. So we have Robin Van Leer. Hello, hey Jesse, thanks for being here with us. Thank you so much. We also have the most amazing Michelle Castellanos Rosa, who is signed in as her awesome daughter, Faith. We have Faye Hargate here. We have Jose Montanero. We have Mother Earth. Is that what that says? I think so we have our church property, incredible altar, main altar that was created and designed by Robin Van Leer, Robin Robinson, and Hector Castellanos Lara. So we did have to close the physical event early because of rain. Some West Side neighborhoods are actually, I think, out of electricity. So it's a very kind of appropriate weather for the day. And today is, so we are celebrating Dia de Muertos 2020. And again, Faye, I'm so grateful to all of the collaborating artists Heather, sorry, that was weird. I'm thinking of my friend Heather, but Hector, who is also my friend, named everyone so beautifully. So we're going to take a moment to kind of hop around from artist to artist. If you'd like to share any closing thoughts or memories, this is going to be more of a casual conversation. It'll probably be anywhere from like 20 minutes to maybe 45, so somewhere around 30, depending on the stories or the memories and the gratitude that people would like to share. So I am going to take a look and see. It looks like Olga is here with us. So Olga, would you like to share with us?
Sure. Again, I want to express my gratitude with CPD, all the artists like Michelle, Jose, Eduardo, Patty, and her husband, and I don't want to forget anyone, Giorgio, Josh, I mean, you name it. Again, I don't want to commit the sin of forgetting anyone, but my deeply gratitude because, and thank you, Hector, for thinking of me to be part of this event. I deeply appreciate it. You know very closely how the meaning of this celebration for me. Um, I hope that for 2021 we can do something like more community based. But if not, let me know how can I help. I have a new job now and I have restricted schedule that I have to comply with. But we will find a way. So count on me in the future for any collaboration, support, solidarity that we need for Dia de Muertos. Yesterday I struggled a little bit because I'm not a very computer savvy person, but today it was a more relaxed environment. At some point I have like 50 viewers at a time, even people from Puerto Rico, from out of the state, all friends, which made me very happy. And I was
Wow, Olga, that is
yes,
amazing.
yes, it was amazing. I was able to have a very relaxed conversation and really reflect on people who have lost their lives out of many other events like domestic violence, sexual violence, human trafficking. I mentioned our veterans, where the suicidal rate is very high. So I wanted to just share that I would say concern as a community, especially in times of COVID-19. Um, Good that we were able to have the event despite of all challenges. So again, I'm deeply grateful and I hope to continue to be part of this. So
Thank you, Olga.
thank you.
Olga, who should we go to next? What do you think?
Let's do Jose.
Okay, great. Jose.
Hello.
Let me 1 second. Let me find you. Great. Welcome, Jose. Please take a
Thank you.
moment to share.
Yes, absolutely. Um, I just want first off, thank everyone that worked so hard to make this event a yearly event for the past 16 years. The Cleveland Public Theater, Dia de los Muertos, Ohio, Héctor, and just the staff that makes this happen every year. As gratitude, I want to speak for all of the artists, to thank everyone, and to thank our public audience to hear what we have to share, our different stories. Everyone brought a very unique story this year. Um, So that made the event, I think, more in a way, broadcasting, streaming from home, made it more personal for each artist, and to be able to share, to share their personal stories. I did see more participation today, more than yesterday. I think there was more interaction. I think a lot of people were more at home, kind of like more relaxed, and like Olga said, I was more relaxed today when I was interacting with people. Um, and I did see more gratitude, people thanking for not canceling the event this year.
Mhm.
People were like very happy that at least we were able to do something this year, despite all the challenges that we face, to bring the event this year, virtually and also in person. I think that was one of the biggest challenges that I think we had, just keeping the event going and making it available to the public, in person. Um, so I'm hoping, next year everything will go back to normal, and we can continue on bringing this great tradition. Thank you.
Thank you, Jose. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Jose, who shall we go to next?
Uh, Eduardo can bring in his, his little mascot there.
Ah, cool. Oh my gosh, that is adorable. Hey,
Thank
Eduardo.
Yeah. Hi. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you to Hector to lead this project, this big project that we have. So 16 years doing this is a fantastic job that he make. So it's very happy to have this invitation in this year, and hopefully next year we're going to do the celebration double in person, and with more activities that we can make in a person side. So thank you, Ray and Patty, that they helped me to do this and to support, of course, the crazy ideas sometimes that I have. It's very nice to have this person. Everybody, every time that I have crazy ideas, they support me. So thanks. And
Wow.
Thank
you
you. Thank
say
you.
something?
Thank you for inviting us always, and thank you, Héctor, for bringing this Mexican culture. I feel happy and glad because it's our culture, and I'm happy because you celebrate every year this culture. So people, Mexican people, Puerto Rican people, everybody like this celebration. So thank you very much, everybody, for all that job they you do, and thank you very much.
Ray, would you like to share anything?
No, I think they just said everything. I mean, it's many years that we Hector has been doing this project, and like Patty said, it's a big thank you to him for bringing this tradition that, like I mentioned yesterday, it's something that very popular in Mexico. You go to Mexico on this weekend, on this date, 2nd of November, and all over Mexico, this is something that's celebrated. So thank you so
Wow.
much for bringing that to Cleveland, to making aware of everyone in the area about this fantastic tradition. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Gracias a todos. Whoa, look at that little dog. Is it a dog? Yeah, I think.
Michelle, you're the next.
Awesome. Thank you. So, oops. So let's go over to Michelle. Hey, Michelle.
Hi, how are you? How's everyone doing?
We're good.
Well, I would just like to say thank you for having me. It was fun being part of this project. I enjoyed creating this altar here. And along the way, I also learned even more. So I really enjoyed doing this. And I just have to say that the weather here in Georgia was beautiful. Sunshine and warm weather.
I'm so happy to hear that. Of course, I'm jealous, but you know.
I always have to throw that out there for my dad. So, but yeah, it was great. I enjoyed also, you know, posting and live streaming. I had a couple of people just, you know, come in and out of the broadcasting on Facebook. And so that was, you know, that was nice to see that people were interested popping in and out. I had a couple of people just comment and say, you know, thank you for sharing the story and thank you for sharing the tradition. So basically I even, earlier today I kind of spoke a little bit and, you know, kind of showed the altar up close again and did just this brief explanation of what today is about. But yeah, I was really happy to be part of this event. It's one of the many events that I miss, not living up in Ohio anymore. And this was one of the events that I was a big part of with my father and worked along his side. So it was nice to be able to do that again, even if it was virtually, and to get to know, you know, the rest of you and see some familiar faces like Olga and and Robin Van Leer and everyone, people that I always, you know, again, I grew up seeing all the time. So it was great to be part of this event again. So thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Michelle. And Michelle, before you go, how did Faith enjoy it and your other children? How did the family, what they think?
Oh, they loved it. So I don't think I ever really like explained to, well, mostly the three little ones. The three little ones are the ones who kind of have grown up here in Georgia and have missed a lot of the events that the older two have gone to since, you know, since the womb. I believe I marched in the parade the circle when I was pregnant with my oldest. So I've been involved in a lot of these events with my father along his side. And so the three little ones had a lot of questions of, you know, what the representation was and what this is for and what is that and what is this. And so it was fun to explain to them what was going on. And actually, 2 out of my 3 little ones decided they wanted to be characters of the Coco movie, which is based on Dia de los Muertos. So that was fun. I did do that yesterday on my live. I don't know. I did face paint them and do their sugar skull.
Oh, that's so cool.
They included that on my live last night as well. So that was fun and they enjoyed it. And so, you know, they've watched that movie. And so a lot of this was familiar to them, but they didn't know the meaning behind it. So this was nice to do this and just, you know, educate them on our traditions and cultures of.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Does anyone in the family want to say hello?
Actually, I have them all. I have them all upstairs. They get a little rowdy, and so I was like, I'm gonna be on live. I need you guys to keep your quiet voices on. So, but thank you.
All right. Well, so glad to hear you had a good time. And let's go over to our friend Robin Van Leer, who is here. Hi, Robin.
Hello. Sorry, my laptop died here and I had to go find a cord and then I wait for it to charge back up. So I missed a little bit. I'm sorry.
You're okay. You're okay.
I just want to say it was very different this year. There were great things. I mean, I've never done an altar that was a collaboration before. So that was really interesting. And I loved, you know, I wonder, you know, I liked seeing how the different elements of what we did, because we each did all of some of the elements. So we each did some of the figures in the windows. We each did some of the painted figures in the sort of cast of thousands along the wall. And we each did some of the apartments, you could say, in our sort of view into people's lives. And so it was just interesting to see the different ways we worked on them and approached doing that. And so that was really interesting. It was also, you know, we kept, in the beginning, we talked about what was important and how would we handle this altar, because there were 3 of us, and what was it we were mourning and what was it we were celebrating. So, you know, there's all of the lack of social justice in the country right now. There's the lack of concern for all of us and how important our lives are in this, with this pandemic going, you know. And you get the feeling that, I mean, so I'm well over 65 and well over 60, you know, to hear people talk about how it's not so bad because it's older people primarily who are dying. You know, I don't want to die, and not now, not for some time. And I have people, luckily for me, nobody that I know well as a person, but I have friends who have lost family members, and some people, like one of my favorite musical artists, John Prine, was one of the first people in this country to die. And the last song he wrote before he died was a song called When I Get to Heaven. And he caught the virus in France when he was on tour, and he hadn't been on tour for a number of years because his health wasn't so great. And he was on tour and he got the virus in Paris, and he came home and he and his wife both had it, and she was fine and he died. And it's such a talent. And I just think, wow, you know, and even the people that we don't think of as being famous, you know, the people that are moms, you know, with little kids, some of them, and grocery store clerks who are like in their 30s, you know, dying. And anyway, it just, so we talked about that. We talked about voter suppression and people being willing to wait in line to vote. And today, when I came back home, I live on the east side, from CPT, we drove by the Cuyahoga County Board of Elections, and it was sleeting and it was raining and it was windy. And there was probably going to be a 2-hour wait before some of the people even made it to the door of the Board of Elections. And so we went by and we tooted and we cheered and we waved and gave people the thumbs up. But what made me sad is, I mean, I wouldn't have not done this for the world, but I also felt like I should be there bringing people hot cocoa and coffee, and there was nobody doing that. And that made me really sad. There were people there with their placards and saying vote and vote for me and vote for this person and that person. But just the support that we need, you know, to support people just trying to get out their right to vote. I mean, Ohio's better than some states, but we only had 2 weekends of early voting. And you know that anybody in line today was there because they couldn't vote during the week. And even during the week, we close at like 6 most of the time. And then maybe we close at 7. How many people, I mean, people were, and they don't open till 9 a lot of the days. And then they opened at 8. And we just don't do enough to get anybody to vote. And the fact, so we were thinking of that. We were thinking of COVID. We were thinking of like our apartment building in the front was like all these people, and each of us had our different view of what was going on in this apartment building during this time of COVID. And some of it was humorous, and some of it was fact of life, and some of it was like our notorious RBG Center that Robin Robinson did, you know, was honorary. And so I've been going on too long, but I just want to say that today there weren't many people there. So I was upstairs and watching for a little bit and lighting candles and trying to keep things from going out for not so long, but a little bit of time. And it was really rewarding to hear. And even when Hector and I were up there yesterday during the Zoom time with you guys, several people came in and said, oh, look, everybody's in line to vote. And the fact that people reacted like that, and then some people who looked at the folks in the building and like, it's like a building. It's like everybody's there. Everybody's in their little spaces, you know, blocked off. And it was really hard not being able to talk to people about that. That was probably what I missed most. I mean, every year I've done an altar, I've been there. If we have to do something like this virtually again, I hope we can build into it a way for people to ask questions of the artists who do the church, so that even if they're sitting up above, there could be like a little place where people could ask them questions and they could
I love that.
answer.
I love that idea, Robin. I love that. That's a great idea. I think that's one of the things that us at home, we got a chance to do because we're broadcasting through our own Facebook pages. So maybe next year, if we do decide to go virtual, we can broadcast through your Facebook pages so that we're also reaching your audiences.
Right.
So I'm so grateful, Robin.
But I also, can I give 2 more shout outs before I give up the floor? I want to say, I thought it was amazing that CPT was able to find a way to support this event. I really appreciate the fact that Cleveland Public Theater, I mean, there's a lot of arts organizations in this town that I don't think have really gone out of the way to support the artists of Cleveland. And from the beginning, CPT has really tried to do that. And that, I think, is, I don't know, it just made me feel good. It made me feel good to know that they were doing that they felt this event was important enough to find a way. And I know it wasn't perfect for anybody, but for people to connect with the community. And I also want to really give a shout out to Mark and Nina outside with the cemetery, because it was brutal. And I was there today talking to Mark, and I mean, he was sitting there in his car, you know, and tending to it and making sure things didn't blow away. And yesterday, so many people came through the cemetery and were able to reflect and leave notes for their pets and leave notes for loved ones. And that had always been a part of a lot of the interior altars in the churches before. People were leaving messages and notes. And so maybe we can have a way to do that inside too, you know, some safe. So, I mean, there's so many things that we're all trying to consider. And and for everybody that was at home, I'm just sad that I couldn't see. We got to peek at Faye's in person because it was at CPT. I was just really sad not to be able to get closer to the things that people made at home, because it's nice to see the presentation of the altar, you know, but it's not the same as being like right there and being able to hover over it. So I just wanted to thank you guys for all doing that. It was hard not to have a group hug, but I really appreciated the effort that everybody, because you could see how much work everybody went to the altars in their homes, and just listening to people talk about what it meant to them yesterday was, it was really special. So I just want to thank everybody that was part of the team. I think it was amazing that it happened. So
Robin, thank you so much for being just such an inspiring, incredible artist. And thank you for your words, and also for all of your gratitude and your thanks.
And if you haven't voted yet, everybody, vote.
Yeah.
Vote. If you're eligible to vote, vote.
And thank you for that as well.
Even, I don't care who you're voting for, just vote. I want this to be, I do care who you're voting for, but I'm not going to say that. But yeah, I want this to be the highest percentage election that this country has ever had. And Texas and Hawaii, they already have had more people vote early than voted in all of 2016. And so, yeah, I'll shut up. Sorry.
You're good. Thank you. It's okay. We're in a casual format. We're just friends talking. And I think it's important to mark where we are in this time and how all of our altars, I think, are affected by that, affected by COVID, affected by the election, affected by the multitude of pandemics that we are experiencing. So yes. So I want to also thank Giorgio Sabino III. Thank him for his work, and Teatro Público de Cleveland, Monica and Alicia, and the whole leadership committee. Thank you, Blanca, yesterday for coming out and sharing your time with us. There are many, many people that helped to make this happen, especially Raymond Bobkin, the Executive Artistic Director of Cleveland Public Theater. So a huge thanks out to him. I think everyone, let me just double check. So we heard from Olga, Eduardo, Michelle, Jose, Hector, Robin. Yeah, so I think that's everyone. So yeah, Robin Robinson is not here, Mother Earth. So we are going to say thank you to Robin, and we got a chance to look at the altar when Robin Van Leer was speaking of it. So thank you for all the contributing artists. Thank you. Hector, who do you have with you right now? Katrina? Katarina? You're on mute, Hector.
This was a special gift from my friend Vincent. He came to help Friday night with the altars, and also he came back Saturday morning to help with the ladders and everything. And this is a special Katrina made of paper mache. And it has this card. That was for my birthday for December 28th from last year. He didn't see me, and with the COVID and everything, it has been very hard. But he knows that the night before the Day of the Dead, we always there at CPT. So he came without invitation. He get angry because he say, please call me anytime. I'll be here with my tools. And he has been doing the same thing in the Parade the Circle for many years. So I'm very grateful for his friendship and commitment to help us. So this is special Katrina. Now for 2020, it goes for my collection. And that's the story. Faye, you gone? Oh, here.
No.
I think we lost Faye and we lost Mother Earth too.
Okay. Well.
Well, I vote that the next time we can all really be together, we have a shot at tequila.
Yeah. That's true. If I can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, you know, there's the late people that came this afternoon. The doors were shut down already, and they went in and they said, well, please, we just want to take a look right away. And they, you know, they took a good peek and came back from the same door and said, thank you very much for keep doing this tradition alive. So that goes to everybody. you know, and for sharing your personal views of their altars. And grateful also because not just us, a lot of public, a lot of people were able to see it. So what else can I say? 2021 will be the year. We hope, we pray for that, and we can celebrate all together again and make it bigger and bigger. God bless you guys, everyone. Stay safe.
Same to you, Héctor.
I just wanted to
Happy
share
Thanksgiving.
one of the things that I was working on earlier this year. I wasn't expecting for the event to be canceled, right? And so I started a hobby earlier this year I'm always trying to work with new art things. So I started making like tumblers and working with epoxy and whatnot. And so I had prepared one of these as a sample because I was thinking ahead. I don't know, last year we did some hair bows and my daughter worked on some jewelry and we shipped it to my father and he had it on display. I don't know if anyone had seen those, but anyway, this year I was thinking ahead again. And so maybe here's to next year. Maybe I can have a couple of these done, but I had done these tumblers.
That's good.
And so I had even put on here, it says, vivir en los corazones que dejamos atrás no es morir. So just basic.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Thank you. So yeah, so here's to next year, right? And hopefully I'll now have more time to work on more of them and have them ready.
That's so cool.
Perfect.
Okay.
Mhm. So,
Jose, you want to share something?
okay.
Yeah, I just want to, like I said earlier, yeah, this was very special that we got to, share our stories. It was very unique, to hear everybody's point of view and different stories. But, we're hoping things will get better next year. And like you say, Héctor, yeah, the event will be bigger next year. And I just have the feeling that it's gonna get better, and I have faith that we'll get there next year.
Thanks.
Yep.
Who else? Olga?
Again, what can I say? I mean, despite all the challenges that we had, I also feel very satisfied because we didn't give up at the very end, which shows commitment, shows teamwork, and working together, we can do great things. Again, hoping and praying that next year will be, we can go back to the community because, I love this event. Again, thank you so very much to each one of you for letting me be part of this event this year. For me, it's a pleasure and it's an honor that I do not take light. So really, words cannot express how I feel at this moment. But I want all of you to know how I feel. So again, thank you very much.
I'm going to be exiting out. I have a crew that is very hungry, so feed my team.
Mr. Israelis.
Babe, say hi, babe. So have a good evening. Thank you again. It was a pleasure working with everyone, and great to see you all. Have a good night.
Yeah. Eduardo, gonna say something? Eduardo? Eduardo, go ahead.
Bye. Happy.
Héctor,
Bye, Patty.
Remember, you need to take care yourself a lot because we want to participate a lot of more years. You know what I'm
Thank
talking
you.
about. We
Right.
love you. We love you.
Thank you very much. We love you too. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good night, everyone.
You too. Bye-bye.
Love you. Bye.
Years. You know what I'm talking about. We love you. We love you.
Bye-bye. Have a good night, everyone.
Bye-bye.